Hey Friendswood High School JV. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys 3 different hairstyles to choose from for the 2019 Winterguard show. Let's get started. The first hairstyle is probably the easiest hairstyle, and what you're going to do is part your hair to one side, whichever side it needs to be. My hair is kind of just thrown over right now, so there is my natural part. So to start out this hairstyle, we're going to take a section of hair from the bigger parted side of your hair. And you want to take all the hair starting from the ear. And whenever you pull, you can just make the part with your finger pull up at a high angle, like a 45-degree angle. So we still have a lot of hair down here left. And you don't want to take a lot of hair back. It's just going to be a small section in the front, but just enough so that you can dance and spin without your hair being in your face. And you want to make sure the hair is really nice and tight here and we don't have any flyaways. Then you're going to go ahead and start twisting the hair. Make sure that it's all separated and twist it as tight as you possibly can. Once you have this side all twisted up, you can either just hold it or have someone else hold it for you. I don't have anybody else, so I have to hold mine. So I'm going to take this section of hair, part it at a 45-degree angle, and make sure this hair is nice and tight. If you need to pull a comb through it, you can. And obviously this side's going to be smaller just because we have less hair to work with on this side. Now that we have both sections of hair twisted up, you can kind of loosen up the grip on them just a little bit. One other thing I forgot to mention is that when you're twisting these, you want to twist them up so the hair is nice and tight on the sides. Next, I have just a small black hair elastic here. When you tie this elastic, you want to make sure you're tying it tight and higher up on the head instead of lower where your head naturally dips in. You want to have it closer to the crown. The next part of this hairstyle, we're going to add a little bit of volume. So I'm going to just pull some pieces forward. Make sure to not pull these side pieces though, because we want those to stay tight. Pull these pieces forward and a few of these. Just enough volume, but not too much. Next, I'm going to take a couple bobby pins and I'm going to secure these hairs down. Like I said before, if you need a comb to tame down those hairs. And when I put the bobby pins in, I'm just trying to hide them within my hair if possible. Next, I'm just going to take a little bit of hairspray and smooth down those baby hairs. And I did not add a lot of hairspray to this part on top, just because I don't want to make it look like hard or shiny or anything like that. And then I just put a little bit around my hairline to smooth down the rest of those baby hairs. And this is the completed hairstyle for hairstyle number 1. Hairstyle number 2 is going to be for those of you that like a middle part. So start out by parting your hair down the middle. Once you have your hair parted down the middle, just move one side out of the way. We're going to take a section off of this side. I'm going to start right at the corner of this part. We're going to separate the hair into 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do a little bit of a Dutch braid, but then it's just going to turn out to be a normal braid for the majority of it. I'm going to take this lowest piece and pull it underneath the middle piece, the top piece, pull it underneath the middle, and the lowest piece and pull it under the middle again. I'm going to add a little bit of hair into this top section, and you want to make sure it's hair along the part. And I'm going to pull that underneath the middle section. I'm going to take a section from the front here, add it to that lower section, pull it underneath the middle. I'm going to take one more small section from the top, add it in, And then we're just gonna do a normal braid, and you wanna make sure you angle the braid down because that's the way it's gonna end up laying. Once you've gotten about this far down the braid, section it off because the next step is going to be pancaking the braid, and we're going to make it look a lot thicker and fuller. For this, you want to start at the top, so I'm going to start up here where we did the little Dutch braid and pull the most outer piece of the braid out. Don't pull the entire thing because it'll make it loose. You just want to pull a few tiny pieces from the edges and spread out this braid and make it a little bit more flat. Now you can see how we've transformed this little braid into something a little bit bigger, something a little bit prettier, and we're gonna repeat the same step on the other side. Now that you have both sides braided, the next step is easy. You're just gonna pull this behind your head and tie them together like we did for the previous hairstyle. Once you're done tying them together, you can just pull off the hair ties that you had on there before. And I'm not naturally a middle part person, so my hair has a little bit harder of a time laying down, so I definitely say if your hair is used to laying down in the middle part, this is the best one for you. That's pretty much it for this hairstyle. You don't need to really use any hairspray unless you have frizzy hair, but this one's a little bit more free-flowing. If you have bangs or anything like that, this would be a really great hairstyle because you can still wear your bangs. You would just put the braids a little bit farther back, or you can just pull the pieces out. I'll insert a picture here of what the inspiration looked like, and the girl in the picture had a few pieces of her hair hanging out in the front and it looked really pretty. So that's gonna be it for hairstyle number 2. Hairstyle number 3 is really great if you have a lot of volume to your hair because we're going to be pulling back a lot of it, and you want the ponytail part at the top to be big and bouncy, so this is going to be a really easy one but really great. This hairstyle is just half up, half down, but your hair is going to be really slick, so you need to make sure you either have water if you have really curly hair or your hair is wet when you do this hairstyle because it needs to be really nice and straight. Luckily my hair is pretty straight right now because it's already styled, so I'm just going to use a comb to start slicking it back. So with this, you want to take your hair up at a really high 45-degree angle when you pull this hair up on the sides. And now I'm going to be parting my hair with my finger. Once you have your hair really tight, you're just going to take a regular ponytail elastic. And you want to make sure this is really tight, that it's not going to come loose because then the hairstyle won't have that same sassiness to it. And you want to make sure this ponytail is basically on top of your head. You should look like a little Pomeranian at this point. Next, I'm going to take a little piece of hair and I'm going to be wrapping this piece around the ponytail holder so we don't see it. So I took a piece from the very back of the ponytail and I'm just going to wrap this around until it covers all of that ponytail. And then I'm just going to secure this to the back of my head. And you might need to use 1 or 2 bobby pins depending on how well your hair holds. I'm going to use 2 and I'm going to crisscross them over each other. Next step, you're going to take your hairspray and you're going to slick down all of that hair. Once you have your hair slicked down and it looks nice and tight, that's it. This is the completed 3rd hairstyle. That's going to be it for this tutorial today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, or I will leave my email in the description box and you can shoot me a quick email. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing start to your season.